What is up guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nouman and today's analysis video is going to be about the Premier League game between Chelsea and Everton. So Everton on paper were lined up in a 3-4-3 formation, but their formation on the ground was mostly 4-2-3-1, both with and without the ball. While Chelsea on the other hand lined up in their normal 4-3-3 formation, which mostly changed to 4-4-2 without possession. Chelsea enjoyed lots of possession in this game, and despite Everton's best efforts to stop Chelsea's build-up, Chelsea were able to find ways to build their play and dominate possession. So this is how the two teams were lined up on the ground. Chelsea's 4-3-3 against Everton's 4-2-3-1 formation. Whenever Chelsea tried to build their play from the back, Sigurdsson was covering N'Golo Kante, with Allen and Doucouré covering Kovacic and Mason Mount. Richarlison and Iwobi were pressing the two Chelsea fullbacks, with Calvert-Lewin pressing the centre-back on the ball. So one of the centre-backs and Edouard Mendy were always free to receive the ball and rotate possession. Sigurdsson is covering N'Golo Kante, with Calvert-Lewin stepping out to press the centre-back on the ball. Mendy and Zouma in this case are totally free to help Thiago Silva rotate possession. This time Sigurdsson steps out to press the centre-back on the ball, and Calvert-Lewin covers N'Golo Kante, always keeping a tight marking on Kante. And now Richarlison is ready to press Zouma's next passing option. Kurt Zouma to reach James, who is immediately put under pressure by Richarlison, as we saw in the animation earlier, and Allen is covering Kovacic. And this is where the front three of Chelsea came into play, who helped Chelsea to break this man marking of Everton. So as the game progressed, N'Golo Kante started dragging Sigurdsson wide, with Kovacic and Mason Mount also dragging Doucouré and Allen out of their positions to open the space in the central area for one of the front three to drop deep and receive the ball directly from their centre-backs. This way Chelsea were able to bypass the midfield of Everton with ease. N'Golo Kante takes away Sigurdsson, and Kovacic is trying to take away Allen, and that opens the passing lane for Kurt Zouma to easily eliminate Everton's midfield. Allen and Sigurdsson were taken away by N'Golo Kante and Kovacic, and Zouma easily picks Giroud. Again, N'Golo Kante takes away Sigurdsson and Kovacic takes away Allen. Richarlison was busy covering these James, so this time Kai Havertz drops in the space to receive the ball from Zouma. And now Richarlison steps in to cover Kai Havertz, and Reece James is now totally free from Richarlison's marking and ready to attack the wide area. Chelsea were actually looking very comfortable, and they were also creating chances, but they were just missing that goal-scoring instinct in the final third. Everton, on the other hand, scored the first and the only goal of the game, pretty much out of nothing. You guys might remember that I made a video on Mendy before he joined Chelsea, and we spoke about some of his strengths and weaknesses in that video. Mendy of course has been superb for Chelsea so far this season, but one of the weaknesses that we discussed in that video was Mendy's inability to operate as a sweeper goalkeeper. And we have now seen in two back-to-back games where Mendy actually struggled to sweep the ball, and Chelsea ended up conceding easy goals. Hopefully the Chelsea coaching department can help Mendy to improve his reading so that he can make better decisions of when to come out and when to stay in the line. Reece James and Ben Chilwell as usual were playing very high up the ground, as Chelsea tried to isolate the Everton fullbacks in a 2v1 position using the crossfield passes. A crossfield pass from Thiago Silva to isolate Godfrey in a 1v2 position against Reece James and Kai Havertz. Reece James wins the aerial duel, and Kai Havertz is now totally free to exploit the space behind Godfrey. Same thing on the other side as well. Iwobi is not helping his fullback defensively, and Chelsea are able to isolate the fullback in a 2v1 position. Chelsea tried to use the combination of Kurt Zouma and Thiago Silva to play a total of 10 crossfield passes to help Chelsea isolate the Everton fullbacks in a 2v1 position. Thiago Silva especially did a great job, as he completed 8 out of the total 10 crossfield passes. Since Reece James and Ben Chilwell were moving up to help Chelsea create the overloads against the Everton fullbacks, so it left Chelsea exposed on transitions. Richarlison and Iwobi were not dropping back to help their fullbacks too much defensively, as the plan was to keep Richarlison and Iwobi high up the ground to catch Chelsea on transitions, using those wide spaces that the Chelsea fullbacks were leaving. Richarlison was not helping his fullback defensively, but the benefit of keeping Richarlison high and wide was that he was able to exploit the spaces behind Reece James on transitions. Reece James was taken out, and Everton had a great goal scoring chance, but Mendy was able to deny Richarlison. Overall, it wasn't a bad performance from Chelsea. It wasn't like that Carlo Ancelotti tactically outclassed Chelsea. It was just one of those days where nothing was going in Chelsea's favour and they couldn't capitalize on their chances. Thank you so much guys for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.